Guys, how are you? Welcome to the show.
Thanks for having us.
I'm like super excited to talk about this new project. There's so many things that are going on with you guys. So let's talk. How have you guys been?
Amazing. Todrick and I are usually together a lot lately, but I don't know where in the world he is right now. But
Hilton Head, South Carolina, okay? Bringing diversity to Hilton Head, South Carolina. That's what I'm currently doing.
Wait, is it not really diverse down there?
No. I feel like I'm in the sequel to Get Out right now, but
Shut up.
Stop it.
I'm having a great time though. It's great weather. The pool is gorgeous.
What brought you down there?
My boyfriend lives here.
Oh, nice. Well, guys, welcome. Super excited to chat with you guys. How have you guys been during like the whole pandemic and now that everything's open and you can go out and live your best lives? Talk to me.
I feel like the pandemic, especially for artists, was such like a change of mentality and focus on a lot of things on how to release music and do things. And so I'm so excited that, we put out this song during the time that the world is opening up again, because we were just able to perform at this really big TikTok event, TikTok Pride event that we did last week or the week before, and hopefully some more performances. So for me, that's what I'm most excited about, is just to be able to get out there and perform again, because that's just, to me, my favorite thing.
Todrick?
It's been strange for me. I've been watching TV shows and movies. I was watching Pursuit of Happiness yesterday, and like Will Smith got into an elevator, and I was like, oh my gosh, no one's wearing masks. Like that's like what my mentality thinks now. So it's been insane, but I completely agree with Montana. I said it's been a really fun time for artists to be able to reflect and make new art and think about where they are in their artistic journey and kind of decide how they're going to evolve. I think every artist remember what they were doing during quarantine.
I feel like a lot of times I talk to artists and they talk about how they're just at home, they're writing, and I'm thinking to myself, how do you even use this as inspiration to write things? You know what I'm saying?
I think a lot of us never got a chance to stop for a moment. I know for me, I was going nonstop. So for me, I was able to use it as inspiration, because a lot of things that people take for granted when they are able to work a 9 to 5 and come home and cook and have dinner and go to friends, agree to go to events and stuff. I wasn't able to do that for like 2 years. So for me, it was a time for me to reset and catch up on life, catch up with my family, and to think about what I wanted to write about. But I don't know how it was for you, Montana.
Yeah, so when everything happened, went home to Florida with my mom, and I remember just being like, oh my gosh, like what am I gonna do? Is everything gonna stop? You have no idea, of course, at first, like what's gonna happen. And I feel like it definitely bonded my mom and I more than ever, because we were literally in a house together for I think 4.5 months. And that's when I became even more active on TikTok, because I was home all day long. So I was just constantly creating and making a lot of videos with my mom, and just a lot of crazy videos. And I feel like that's what kind of really spiraled like my whole TikTok.
You know what's really interesting? I went back home for a month and stayed with my mother and my grandmother. And after a month, like Black mamas and Black grandmamas will nag you and pick you apart about why are you sleeping till noon? When are you gonna get up? And I'm like, I am an adult.
Not made when you get up.
Exactly. And I'm like, I'm an adult. I came back here to visit you guys for a month, and after a month, I was gonna stay longer, but after a month, I had to get the hell up out there. You know what I'm saying?
I feel that I have lived that specific journey several times.
Especially like a Southern mama, a Southern grandmother, they do not play that at all. So let's talk about, how did you guys team up for this project, Be Myself?
Yeah, so Todrick and I, before this song, did a few like little TikTok fun videos together. I did a video to his song a while ago. I think it was your Nails and Heels? Or attention. And yeah, so and I always just loved everything Todrick has done. And I recorded the song Be Myself at first I wrote it with my friend Justin, and we kind of just did it, for me at the time. And I was listening to it over and over and over again. And the song is just so inspiring. And I was like, I really feel like this song, I don't know, I felt Todrick would be perfect to get on the record. I felt it is in line with everything that he portrays and the image that he's always putting out there to the world. And I reached out to him to see if he'd be interested in it. He ghosted me for a month. Okay. He ghosted me for a month. Didn't answer me for a month. And I was like, okay, he hates it. Like, what the heck? And then a month later, he reaches out to me and he's like, oh my God, I'm just seeing this right now. Like, I hope you didn't get somebody else, but like, I would love to do it. And I didn't think of anybody else. Like, it was only Todrick in mind.
If there is someone out there that haven't heard the song, how would you describe that to someone?
Uplifting, inspirational.
I think that this song, it has so many different meanings. I think that what I feel is amazing about it is that so many people can relate to it at some point in their life, even if they're not dealing with it right now, they have dealt with it beforehand. And, you know, Todrick and I have our music video that's going to be coming out that really portrays us, you know, what we went through in middle school and high school to where we are now, and following our different stories. And, you know, Todrick and I were bullied for different reasons, and, you know, we had different types of childhoods. And I think, again, everyone can relate to comparing themselves to others at some point in their lives, especially with social media now. It's so easy to just always compare your life and always thinking that you should be doing something else or you should be acting a certain way. And you know, I think in the LGBTQ community, it's grown so much and so much has progressed, but there's still so much more to be done. And you know, I think that hopefully this song really inspires people to stay true to who they are and be themselves, whatever that may be, and not listen to what other people say.
Absolutely. I know this sounds cliche, but don't you think what you're doing right now is probably the best revenge on any bully that could have bullied you in middle school and high school?
Absolutely.
Right.
It's so funny. Sorry, keep going.
You go.
No, because I had like this one girl that was so mean to me in middle school. She would call me Montana, like was so mean. And I remember when things started like progressively, like I think my social media started picking up, she like reached out to me on Facebook, which I don't even check my Facebook messages, and I had a message from her being like, I'm so proud of you, congratulations, like I always knew you had it in you, you're doing so great. I'm like, excuse me, are you kidding? I'm sure Todrick had plenty of those, but
I have had those, but some of them are like pretty uplifting because I don't ever really get mad at my bullies because I realize that they're just a product of society and people have like groomed them to feel this way. And it's like when they're throwing hate at you, it's because you're making them feel uncomfortable or making them question what they think that they know. And I had a bully that was in my high school who was so mean to me and bullied me all the time. But in 2019, I went on tour and I got a message from him on Facebook. That's where the old bullies always come back to
yes.
on Facebook. And messaged me and said, my child is 15 years old. He's a part of the LGBTQ plus community. He's in high school. He gets bullied all the time. And all he wants for his birthday is to come to your concert. And your concert is sold out. He was like, I am mortified to have to even ask you this because I wanted to just slide into the concert. But I know that there's no way that I'm going to get him in there. And so I would love if there's any thing you can do. We don't need a meet and greet or anything. I just want my son to get to come to the concert. And of course I got him really, really great tickets and met his son. And it was just like such a full circle moment. And he apologized and was like, had I known, you know, it was just a funny joke because I was uncomfortable at that time, but had I known that this was going to be my life and to watch my son go through what I caused to happen to you has been the most heartbreaking thing ever. So it was a really cool learning lesson. Like I've had a lot of full circle moments like that.
Two things. Number one, you are hella mature because I would have been like, no, get the hell out of my DMs. And number two, isn't it crazy like how the world will humble you?
Oh yeah. A lot of parents would probably not have brought their child, even if they were identifying as gay and at 15 years old. I applaud him for being such a good father. And I'd like to also think that in some weird way, me being the product of his bullying and being like the victim of his bullying made him also realize the error of his ways even more so than he would have had he not been, you know, the person that was bullying his child just like one generation earlier. I think that I helped him realize that he needed to maybe come around and be better than he was to me, you know?
I feel like him bullying you definitely hit harder at home than his son being bullied because he realized that he was the bullier, if that makes sense.
And I think also like that's why how I was brought up to always treat everybody with respect and equally, no matter who they are, what they are. That's just how I was brought up, to always, no matter what, no matter how big or how small or what they identify as, to always treat everyone with respect.
Absolutely. So guys, how surreal was it when you heard that there was like a flash mob breaking out in Times Square for the Be Myself billboard in
It
front.
was insane. I wish Todrick could have been there. Unfortunately, he wasn't there for it because I think you had a performance. But it was already having a billboard in Times Square is just like so surreal. I mean, growing up as a kid, I've gone to Times Square a million times, and you see it on all the movies and everything. And then to go there and then have a billboard is just like, it's just the whole time I kept looking at it like, what is this happening? Like, is this real life? And then with the flash mob was just I mean, I've never been involved in a flash mob before. So that was my first time. And then just the energy of everything. That was a weekend when a lot of people were in New York. There were so many people there watching, like probably more than 1,000 people. I don't even know how many people were there. And to have a flash mob, it was just so amazing. And it was all different types of people in this flash mob. And everyone was just so happy dancing to the song. It was insane.
I love that. Montana, what's your dream collaboration?
Todrick off. I'm just kidding. My dream collaboration, I got to do a little video with J-Lo. J-Lo's always been my like number one idol, who I'm obsessed with and just beyond obsessed. But it would be really awesome to like do a song with her, or to like actually perform on stage with her, or do a movie with her. Maybe that's my dream.
J-Lo is definitely the GOAT. The GOAT.
Todrick, who's yours?
I mean, I don't think you have to even think for 1 second who mine is. I am the same.
Beyonce.
I don't work with Beyonce, but to do a song or a video with her would be insane. And I've always been one of those people that when people ask me what I want, I always like put it a tier down or two and pick somebody that's more reachable, so I don't embarrass myself by saying something that's unbelievable. But one of the things I worked on during quarantine that I think a lot of people should do is like, if you have a dream, you should be able to say it out loud, because if you're too scared to say it out loud, then maybe you don't believe in that dream enough, and maybe you are not gonna achieve it, because you have to believe something before you can make it happen. It's not just going to happen. And so I'm now not afraid to say like my dream, like I will be able to just never go into a studio again. I'll be like, my life has been set. Beyonce and I did a song together. That would be like the end all be all for me.
Don't you think that's an achievable dream though? When you sit back and look at what has happened to you in your life so far, you know what I'm saying? And I'm sure, like I said before, like it's a cliche to say that dreams do come true, especially when you put them out there and you talk about them. I don't think that it's unreachable at all.
Maybe it's not. I don't know. I mean, I don't think it's unbelievable. I think that Beyonce has definitely done things to break barriers and like follows her own rules, and is not somebody who is trying to play a part of the game anymore as far as music is concerned.
Right.
She does her own rebel. So I think she could if she wanted to. I just think that it's all about like if you make the right impact on the right person, and if whatever you present to them like makes it feel like that's something new and exciting for them to do as an artist that they've never done before. I think I have a lot of working on myself to do before I'm at the level where I want to do that, because I don't want it to be a song that I don't love, like that would be just my luck. I would be like, we're doing a song together, and it'd be like my least favorite song I've ever done. But I want to hopefully be in a place where I have the perfect song that only Beyonce could sing. And when she hears it, she's like, there's no way anyone else could do this. This is like a song I should do with Todrick. And that it just makes sense. That would be incredible. That'd be like life-changing.
It's going to happen.
Put it out there.
It's
You're right. It's going to happen.
Put it out there. So let's talk about the tour that you have popping off March 2022 before we go.
I'm very excited about the Feminine Tour. It's like such a movement. I know so many people who are a part of the LGBTQ plus community who are afraid to embrace their feminine and masculine sides. Like it's a very scary thing to do, even for somebody who has been out since they were 14, 15 years old. But I really want to encourage everybody to come to the tour. It's going to be such a fun celebration of love and diversity and talent and art. And this year, I'm really encouraging my fans to come dressed up, and whatever your version of feminine is, like you don't have to have any rules, because it should be a celebration, a party, a celebration of like freedom of expression. It's going to be a blast.
I love that. Montana, what are you working on next?
I'm working on hopefully releasing an album fairly soon. I'm working on new music, and just I'm now excited that the world's opening up again. So hopefully performing a lot as well, but no set tour yet.
Emphasis on the yet.
Well, when you do, make sure you come back so we can talk about that, get that exclusive. And guys, I appreciate you just taking the time and chatting with us, and it was a great conversation. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having us. You're awesome. Thank you.
See you guys later.
Bye.
Bye.